So for my testimony, my mess-a-mony, I actually wanted to be real intimate, and I didn't want you guys to read it. I wanted to actually be able to tell you the things that have happened in my life. I grew up in Bangs, Texas. Bangs is 2.5 hours north of Austin, 3 hours from Dallas, 4 hours from Houston, 3 hours from San Antonio. And I grew up in a Pentecostal church, kind of in the backwoods. And my mother sang in the choir, my sister sang in the choir, and my dad helped. And we had, my parents did evangelism on the weekends. So they would go out and pray for our family members or for people that they knew. And we would have people coming in our house and singing and prayer meetings and that type of thing. I felt like I went to church every day, or at least every other day growing up. And I had a lot of great memories. My mother taught school. My dad worked for the state of Texas at that time. So we lived on a little farm road about 6 miles outside of our town. And my childhood was great. And my mom was my best friend. And she would be cold a lot. And even in the summertime, she'd be really cold. So I'd have her hands and I'd blow air into her hands and try to warm her up. And we would walk to the shopping center or something. And just after maybe 100 yards of walking, she would get really tired. So she went into the doctor one day and to get some checkups, some tests ran, and they decided to keep her overnight. So they decided to keep her overnight, and then the overnight turned into we're going to keep her through the weekend. And they kept her through the weekend, and just a couple of weeks, her health just continued to deteriorate. And 28 days later, after going into the hospital, my mother passed away. And it was one of those situations where something hits you so fast that you kind of don't know what happened. And she passed away of lung cancer, never smoked a day in her life. You know, she grew up in East Texas where the refineries are, where there's oil rigs and all the smog in the air, and just didn't have the strongest body. And I remember her being the most soft-spoken person I've ever seen, wrote children's books. She spoke 3 languages. She was one of the first black women to go to Lamar Tech in Beaumont. She had bricks thrown through her windshield because she wanted to study. And she was such an overcomer and one of the people in forefront of civil rights in Texas. Just an amazing, beautiful woman. And I realized that life wasn't fair. I realized that even good people can die young, that even bad things happen to people that have the best attitude. And our whole family went into disarray for a couple of years, and I had a best friend that was my cousin named Abram, and he was learning to ride his bike, and he was riding with my other cousin Aaron, and I was out dove hunting with my daddy, and I remember getting a call and they're saying, you know, Abram got hit by a car, and I go back out to give my dad some shells, and I came back, and then he had actually passed away. I had a girlfriend in high school that I was dating my freshman year, and her dad was really abusive. And she just got tired of hearing her dad fight her mom and beat up her brother and stuff. And she took some sleeping pills and drank a 5th of vodka and went to sleep and never woke up. See, the people that I've gotten close to have always left in some form or fashion if they moved away or they passed away. So I always had this feeling of, eventually you're going to leave me. I know that you love me. I know that you say that you love me, but you're going to leave me. And I really had to take that to God. And even to this day, sometimes I deal with that about eventually something is going to happen. And this is too good to be true. And it isn't. Life can be amazing. It doesn't mean that bad things won't happen, but life can be amazing. Hello. How y'all doing? My name is Coffey, and I wanted to bless y'all with a song today called Trading My Sorrows. The verses are G, C, E minor, D. Okay? And the breakdown is D to F, C to D. You'll follow it. I'm trading my sorrows, I'm trading my shame, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. Oh, if you say help me, say yeah. I'm trading my sickness, I'm trading my pain, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. If you sing, help me say yes hard. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Sing yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, 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 Lord, amen. Hello, this is Coffey with the song of the day. The song of the day is You Are All I'm After. It's very, very easy to play. You capo the second, you play a G, D, E minor, C, but this is how the beginning starts. Check this out. You are